Today I'm going to share with you what's one thing we do that has been tremendously helpful, giving our team members direction to know exactly how to control costs. Welcome to another episode of Making Dough Show, where we love talking about making dough in the restaurant business. My husband and I, we own 7 restaurants here in San Antonio, and I'm in the trenches just like you. If you're a restaurant owner and operator, dealing with team members, trying to grow our sales, controlling cost, all the things, and we love it. And on this show, I love sharing about what we're doing, how we're advancing our company in hopes that it'll help you take it back to your store and make some dough. So be sure to subscribe to the show if you're new here. I wanted to answer Jonathan's question where he asked me about controlling restaurant cost. For some restaurants, this is a big deal. And Jonathan, he has a restaurant. He has a Mexican restaurant in El Paso, Texas. And he asked me a question: what are our strategies? What's the one thing, what's the most important thing that we do in our restaurant operations to control our cost? If you have any questions you want to ask me, please email me at community@owner.com. So in order to answer Jonathan's question, I have a couple of questions to ask Jonathan and you. Are your food and labor costs always a surprise at the end of the week that just somehow sneaks up on you, that we spend extra $500 on our purchases, or our labor is 2% off target, project sales for the following week? Imagine, for our easy math, we project next week's sales is going to be $10,000. If that is the case, from there, we're able to give our team members a budget for purchases and a budget for the schedule. Let's break it down. So if your purchase budget is 28% or 30%, that way you're able to communicate to your team members, to your managers, that you have this next week, your budget for purchases is $3,000. Stick to the budget. And when it comes to the schedule, if your labor is, say, 20%, for example, is the labor target is 20%, whatever is in the POS before taxes and Social Security and all the jazz, we're able to communicate to our team and our manager when they're making the schedule that their budget is $2,000 and ask them to stick to the budget. This is how we stick to the budget, and that is how it is. In the scheduling platform that you use, you put the total sales for each of the days or the week. So we use 7 shifts. None of them are great. You know that. You put the sales projected for the following week that we're creating the schedule for. You're going to include that there. As you create the schedule, if each of the team members and managers at your store, they have their hourly rate in the scheduling platform, the software automatically will give you how much money you have scheduled for labor. So it's this scheduled labor dollar amount. We want to make sure it is less than $2,000 or the 20% for the following week. And for purchases, the same. They have a $3,000 budget. If they're going to be ordering two trucks for the week or 3, our stores, each of them are different a little bit there, they have a purchase budget. We have found the best way to control our Cogs is to control our purchases. Somehow, it always is within range if your purchases are meeting the budget. You will never overspend if you stick to the budget. And it's no surprise. You just make it easy. You communicate the standards to your team as well. Now, if you're like, okay, how do we create that sales projection? Very easy. You need to know what your sales growth is month to date or week to date. We usually do for month to date. So let me explain. So for example, as I'm recording this, it is June. If I know that June month to date, our rate of growth is 18%, this way I can look exactly next week, last year, what sales was at, and apply that percentage growth to project our sales for next week. That's as simple as that. That's how we do sales projections. Very easy. If you would like me to go in more depth in here, let me know, and I'm happy to go in more in depth so you have a way of creating your sales projection for the following week and come up with a budget dollar that you can give to your managers to spend, and you will be controlling your costs. I don't want to guarantee it, but I almost can guarantee it because it has worked for us. So my question for you is this: do you currently have a weekly sales projection that you communicate to your managers? Do your managers have a dollar budget to spend on purchases and or spend for labor? I want to invite you to our free Facebook group. I'm going to have the link down below. Join this Facebook group every Monday. I'm going to share with you a marketing tip. Did I say it's free? And second, on Thursdays, I answer your questions. So if you have any questions, I usually cover them in the Facebook group. And we just started. It's a very, very small, intimate group. This is the time to get your questions answered. I'm happy to help you out the best that I can with the time that I have. And with that, let's get back to work and make some dough. Check out the link down below.